Alright, here we go.
Oh yeah, the Uncle Assured Sword would be nice as well. Get some direction pretty early on. They'll be able to go through escape if they really wanted to, all the way down to the cell, even. Sabo, okay, yeah, wants to use the sign here to take out an enemy to guarantee his tree pull. There's luckily a green mimic who didn't look very green in the way.
No, they don't look very green today. Well, just some rupees, but that bomb's nice, I guess. It's like stealth like right now.
Yeah, you want to come up here and grab the sword first. You don't know what's waiting over there on the right side, though we did see a mini Helmasaur. Who knows what's kind of hiding out over there. Oh, well.
A skull.
Just a skull.
300 rupees is nice. This Helmasaur is a little annoying.
Yeah, 300 is great to start out with, especially when you might not be able to find bombs quite yet. With how difficult some of the enemies can be at the time, farming isn't always an option, especially with the sword.
Oh boy.
Sometimes you get enemies that don't drop anything, like the giant spike.
You actually cannot kill those, so kind of hard to get drops from them. Oh boy. Oh, that's a fun hallway.
Many Moldworms are just as bad. I still die to them in Mini Moldworm Cave with the sword, so who knows? They do a full heart of damage for some reason. They're super strong. Alright, so both players are going to be heading down to escape here. We'll be able to get all the way to Zelda's cell and see what the item is down there. The ball and chain guard, I believe, is still the ball and chain guard. That hallway might have been a little scarier if it wasn't so open.
Yeah, there is the ball and chain. There's no guard, but that is the ball and chain right there.
Yeah, that would be both of those. The roller enemies and the chain chomps do 4 hearts of damage to Green Mill, so definitely not someone you want to get hit by at this time. Ooh, nice 4 bomb drop there from that dude.
Oh.
Hey. Escape paying off. I'm glad both runners decided to do it, because that would be a big shame to leave behind for any extended period of time. And it's also a pretty nice weapon too, when you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, those do tempered sword damage, and that can be very helpful. Right, what do we got here in the basement? Just a spinny plant. I'm not sure what the official name of those are, but
wow. Escape paying off big time. Oh yeah, I guess the ball and chain guy is actually randomized, isn't he? I guess I should have known that. Mentos trying to leave, or maybe he's just killing this guy to see if... Oh, he is death warping. He'll be just going to be doing the dark escape, I guess.
Yeah, you did get the small key from Sanctuary at the start, so maybe thinking going back there and digging up everything you can.
Well, Dark Rooms and Randomizer are a little sketchy, especially when you have 2 hearts and green mail, so I don't know how this is going to work out.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta be brave and go for it.
There is a guaranteed heart pot up here, if he can make it, and find it, I guess.
Well, those aren't the worst enemy to see in the Dark Rooms, because you can actually see them. Does manage to get that small heart.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad he ended up getting that.
Alright, how dangerous is this room? Oh boy, Gibdos. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was pretty expected. This dark anything in Randomizer can be super scary.
Yeah, there's no helping that. I still think it was a nice try.
Yeah, but... and he probably knew it as well. This probably isn't going to work, but let's see what happens. Been some pretty big divergence here. Sabo heading into town for the normal stuff, while Mentos heading down to the dam in South Shore area. Oh gosh.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that bird would have killed him.
That bird would have killed him. I believe they do 3 hearts of damage.
Luckily, the northern chests here in town are very enemy scarce, so it's not like there's going to be anything popping out before they get their 10 items out of here. Maybe Mentos is hoping to get some bombs or some other form of extra value out of town, like a bottle or the flute, so they won't have to come back here.
Maybe. We did see the flippers and Blind's hut, so it's another nice find. Well, there's some bombs. They're a little wet.
I'm sure they still work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they still work. Lots of money.
Wow.
Lots of money.
Oh, mini world on cave, there's nothing here. No. Half magic, not bad. I don't think the water bombs got introduced before Twilight Princess, so it's pretty interesting to see him so early in the series. Yo, the bow's pretty cool.
Bow is pretty cool.
And extra hearts are always welcome as well, whenever you're running around and not knowing what's going to pop out and eat you.
Yeah, we did see the bottle vendor was selling a bottle with some blue goo in it today.
Oh, nice. Pre-filled today. I do like how the chicken hut there actually wasn't all scary. Like sometimes you see 4 guards in there or something, but it was just the little dark shadow enemies.
Yeah, that room can be a nightmare. You just walk in there and just instantly die sometimes in Randomizer. Oh no, the bunny can't swim.
I really like seeing the little bomb shack in the bottom left of town that has the 4 guaranteed bomb pots in it. That room is ridiculous. 'Cause it's like there's like what 3 or 4 enemies in there, and there's no size to that room at all.
No.
So it's really funny when you get Hinox throwing bombs or something in there.
This is actually a nicer ice ride cave area than normal.
Yeah, that's true. It's nicer than vanilla. Is Mentos gonna be fake flippering? That's interesting, I guess.
Does look like it. Now, we did find the flippers very easily, so... This is another thing that can be a little tricky in Randomizer, because you can get some bad things on the water here.
Yeah, you have much less predictability.
Like that. That's really bad. Oh boy.
Oh no. That's fine. He'll go to town now, and he'll find his flippers and get back in there.
Yeah, that's pretty much the worst thing you can find in the water there. Thieves are also pretty bad, but it's the worst when they're between you and the hobo on that little narrow path, because it's much harder to dodge. It's almost impossible.
Never mind. Mentos is... Oh no! Oh,
Well, it was a good deed.
that's disappointing. Looks like he is going to be taking that bow and heading straight over to Eastern Palace, which is fine and all, but we just talked about Dark Rooms earlier.
Yeah, and that bow for Eastern Palace might not actually be the thing you need for Eastern Palace. Nice, three heart pieces right back there.
Gave the sage an old slash and showing how he's feeling. He's gonna be able to get a free item from the little bunny here guy if he talks to him. Does he actually give a free item? I thought he did. Maybe he doesn't.
I don't know. I can't say I really talked to him much.
Oh, don't let him steal that bomb. You need those.
Okay, bush crab with just the hearts. It's still nice to grab this. There's a lot of bunnies.
Good.
Good.
Those poor guys. There's not enough. Oh my
Oh.
god. What's up, Lionel? How's it going? Don't get hit by that guy. Oh, well, that's fine. Shots don't do as much.
Yeah.
I'm sad the cannonballs aren't randomized. They're just like, I just want them to be moving sprites over in random enemies that don't actually do anything because they're still cannonballs. Like give me Stalfo's heads or
Yeah.
I don't know. The total god bodies.
Chunks of like Moldorm, like little segments of them, and then the big one's just his head.
All Moldorm burgers.
It should be bits and pieces of whatever boss is in here, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be awesome. We have here the big key. Just believe a green rupee was our first item in here, so nothing too exciting so far. We didn't get a map check either, so we don't even know if this is a pendant or a crystal. Mentosman probably does, but we don't.
Yeah, we'll have his sound on, so we'll be able to tell. Yeah, I guess this isn't all dungeons, so the crystal count will matter eventually, but I don't think getting the bow, it's gonna put you to Origin Palace regardless if it's been in a crystal, probably.
Alright, a piece of heart's our second item. Tower of Head. Yeah.
It's an okay hint. It'll prevent you from going into Hera without fire if you can avoid it. Hey,
Ooh.
Big fan of that item. I think he wanted a hook dash right there, but he doesn't have the boots yet. Okay, so here's another scary dark room, because there's a lot of enemies in here. I think one of those helmet swords might have the key, based on their starting position. There's a giant spike ball in there, too.
Yes, there is. Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
Died without getting the key, too. I didn't see if it dropped or not.
Ooh.
Wow.
That lamp.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah. As we've touched on a few times, that lamp is actually a bit more valuable in Randomizer just because of the random enemies in the dark rooms. You cannot be sure of anything when you go in one of those, and lamp's very helpful.
Well, Mentosman is committing to this. He really wants this to be like some sort of advantage, but Sabo just getting... I think it's hilarious that crabs can't walk on the water there. I think it's hilarious that... not hilarious. It's unfortunate for him that Sabo has just found everything to make this easier. He's got the lamp, he's got the... Well, I guess that's really the only thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about it. The lamp is just...
And the boots, that'll make it a little easier.
Sabo's hitting a really nice stride here early on. Just, yeah, as you said, it's unfortunate because that lamp and the flippers were so accessible, so this isn't really that much of a detour as far as the logic goes. Okay, we do see this is a crystal. Eastern Palace, I believe there's a crystal at Desert as well.
There's a red crystal at Desert even better. And Hera had the other red crystal.
Alright. Unfortunately, Mentosman dying in this room again might decide, yes. Just going to go do other things for now.
Yeah, he's headed down to town now to begrudgingly do the more common strat of going into town early on. I can see the need, or the want to rather, put it off just in case, but doing dark rooms and Randomizer is something I don't know if I'll try out just to skip something, just to skip a second dip into Kakariko.
That's understandable, I would say.
Yeah, Mentos will have a little bit of a trek ahead of him, but he'll have his whole path plotted out for him for the next couple minutes. He'll do all of town, and then he'll see the flippers and do all that, and see, oh, well, I have enough money for Zora too. Well, I might as well do that after flipping. And then get his boots, and then we will be off. And I'm gonna guess Hera is actually completable, isn't it? With what Sabo has right now.
Once that hookshot.
Once he gets, yeah, once he gets the hookshot. That's right.
All right. He even has the lamp, of course, for that fire that we saw the hint for that he will see shortly.
Yep, he'll feel really good about that one, and he'll say, "Man, if only I had the hookshot." Oh, it's in the next room. That's good.
Yeah.
One thing that we didn't see, the vanilla big key chest. Unless we got all 3 items? I don't remember, actually.
We did. We got a single rupee, a piece of heart, and of course the hook shot.
That's right. Okay, so that's why Mentos skipped it. He knew that there wouldn't be an item there. It's really nice to Leisure Palace, actually. It's always nice when you don't have to loop all the way around there just for that one chest.
Especially when you don't have the lamp and it's a dark room and it's in a miser. Especially then.
Yeah, when that thin hallway that you have to go through, you're gonna guarantee get nailed by something in there. It's just not something you'll be able to do, unless it's, of course, some little dinky enemy that you can just poke to kill. But, good luck.
Alright, well, coming up here to this this boss. I wonder if it's still going to be Armos, or if it's not going to be Armos.
Well, hopefully it's something that they can kill. I guess there are a wide variety of bosses it can be that we actually can't kill yet. It'd be funny if it was Argus, because we can do that one.
We can.
That was like, oh boy. I don't have to go to the big key, and I have access to Death Mountain. This is great. Alright, let's see what's killing Mentos in this room. Oh,
Let's
there
just
are
be
2 spikes, 3 spikes, 4 spikes, oh my.
There's a lot of spikes.
There were 3 horizontal spikes and the big one too. That's really crazy.
It's not a fun dark room.
I like the red mimic there replacing the green one. And this room right here is gonna get a little crazy too.
That's
So
a
many
lot of
enemies.
jellies.
Oh, the hookshot though will make this super easy. There's gonna be so many red jellies.
This is much more annoying than the normal room, I would say.
As silly as this room was, it was actually compared to pretty easily. A lot easier compared to what it is Argus. Oh no!
Goodness.
Suddenly menu boss out of nowhere.
Well, maybe the time that Mentosman lost trying to get to Argus, he'll be able to make up later if he has a better sword than sab0tender does now. This is taking quite a while.
Yeah, that's true.
With no.
Having the hookshot already, he might decide not to go back to Eastern Palace even after finding the lamp. So I could definitely see that. Especially considering he knows there's not an item here. Oh, there's a red guard just hiding in this.
Oh boy, there's another one. Oh my gosh. I would have felt so bad if he died before seeing the item. Luckily, he does manage to take them both out.
Salvo playing it pretty safe, and that's perfectly alright. These guys still do a hefty chunk of damage, I think. It's either 2 or 3, I actually don't know.
You don't want to get careless.
Yeah, that's especially you don't want to go all the way through Eastern Palace again. It is the first dungeon and all, and you don't typically see people die this late in the dungeon, but it's actually a pretty bad trek to have to walk through this dungeon again to get all the way back to the boss.
This little puff does not want to cooperate. Alright, well with no silver arrows and no fire rods is a little tricky.
Yeah, you gotta deal with the dinky hammer hitbox as he's going around. It might be a little easier to hold your sword out and just hammer at the right time, I'm not sure.
As long as you're aiming for the top of the head, that's where you want to be trying to hit him.
I actually didn't know Argus only did 2 hearts of damage bumping into you. That seems low. But, oh well. I guess that's what you expect from the second Dark World boss.
Alright, well that's our first Christopher sab0tender. 19 minutes, 10 seconds-ish. Pretty good time. Everything kind of lined up for that perfectly.
Yeah, it really did. His routing has been extremely fortunate, finding all that stuff in the order he did. Might also be, might be a little, oh gosh, sandwiched between 2 red guards here. Now he might be a little relieved and might also give out a little sigh, finding both these items right here.
Yeah. Probably gonna be going, yeah, to Zora first and foremost, and then It seems likely that Mentos will probably prioritize Death Mountain rather than going back in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I would imagine so. There's really no reason to go back there to fight the boss, especially when he doesn't have an item, and you don't even know if you can beat him right now. You don't even know what boss it is.
Exactly. Yeah, gonna get this lumberjack check. What do we have in the cave today? Piece of art. So we will not be getting that.
Alright, Sebo's going to head up to Death Mountain. Did he check the block rocks?
I don't think so.
Interesting. Mentos, after seeing the boots there, might feel just a little bit behind, especially after, you know, the 2 deaths probably contributed to it, but seeing that he hasn't had the boots, or the mimic right there just flew out of the wall. Hey, I see you're trying to climb Death Mountain.
Oh, we have the Mentosman gonna be making this dark rolled dip. There's a fire. What? There were 2 fire bars.
Just in the grass.
Yeah. Old man with the silvers. All right. And that's the
really
worst
good.
feeling. Just running
Yep.
into 2 of those, right? One after the other.
Nice silver arrows when the bows are only like major weapon. I mean, I guess the hammer is kind of a major weapon, isn't it? But
It is.
Sebo interestingly going to check out this item before hopping down there. Typically, you'll see people nowadays just hop there immediately to find or to check the hint tile, regardless of not. But Sabo might actually hop down to check it after here, is what I'm thinking. Mintos found the flute.
He did. In Hype Cave even. So that's a nice find. It's not gonna be too useful for us right now, but that is mobility, which cannot be underestimated.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the flute. Let's hope for finding some mitts soon, and we might get some Meyer Shed action or something. Ooh, there's Quake.
Yeah, Mentos did find a blue mail, which is going to be helpful as well.
I can't help but think there's got to be something here on East Death Mountain or in Hera. Despite Mentos just finding the flute, it doesn't really unlock anything like you said, so there's got to be something here. This spin attack is going to hit this switch so many times. Okay, he didn't get it. He does find a Master Sword, that's good.
Lots of arrows, so
Jeez.
won't have any worries about being able to use that bow or not.
So I was setting up this bomb jump here. There we go. Mentos heading into the back of Escape, the thing he did not get to do earlier.
Might even opt just to head down.
Forgot how many rats there were in this room originally.
There's a lot of rats.
Oh,
That's Titan's Mets, Nikon.
now he's even more incentivized to go up Death Mountain, and Savo's gonna have to make another trip up here.
Okay.
This red guy has the... Oh yeah, that's right, the dad bow.
Bow. Things with eyes seem to be very weak to bows in this game.
There's so many eye enemies in this game, it's ridiculous. I guess Cold Stare is actually not in that thing.
Okay, so 2 junk items in the pyramid, so we don't have to worry about pyramid fairy.
That
Thanks to
figures.
that hint.
That figures considering how quickly we might actually have access to both red crystals.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we didn't get anything else in Escape, but the mitts are pretty great.
They are pretty great.
Yeah, Mentos, the King's Tomb, the Block Rocks, then right up Death Mountain. This will actually be really convenient.
One thing we have to keep in mind as well is those mitts with the flute. That is the Meyer area access.
Oh yeah, it's that thing I wanted to go check. I do like the blue cane at the cape spot.
They're kind of the same thing, but not really.
I hope the cape is at the blue cane spot. So we'll see what's in the bonk rocks here. I don't think Sabo actually checked this when he was coming by here initially. Nice sets up the death warp there, knowing that we don't have the mirror to get all the way back.
Just a big 20 in our bonk rocks there, so probably won't be missing that too much.
I guess I might actually be surprised if Mentos runs up Deathbound. He'll probably fly up there. After he's got to still go down and activate his flute. He'll do that after this, I'm sure. Or is he just gonna run up? No, he's gonna go with flute and fly up. I agree. Go with style.
With style.
Why walk when you can fly? That's a good hint.
That is a good hint. A unique item and a chest requiring a specialist to unlock. That would, of course, be the purple chest. Whether that's a good unique item or not, we don't know yet, but...
Yeah. But Mentos having the myth, that'll definitely incentivize him to... I would guess he'll prioritize that. It's still a little difficult to do without the mirror, but having already checked out Hype Cave, like he's already looped down that side there, I would guess that he goes and grabs the blacksmith immediately after Thieves Town.
Guess who?
Oh jeez. Good thing we just got the silver arrows.
Really? You are not very threatening in this room. I say that as Sabo gets electrocuted.
Funny that Vitreous can actually not hop past that hole right there. They'll just get stuck on it if you're hanging out on the other side.
Mentos, what are you doing?
He's just showing off. He wanted to see the old man go over the holes, what I'm guessing.
Well, we were talking about going in style.
Yeah, that's,
I guess that's about as stylish as it gets.
I didn't know the old man could hover just as well.
Like how there's a mud man in the wall.
Yeah, I guess they don't really like have collision, maybe? It's probably just an Randomizer thing, I don't know. It's funny that he just appeared and then immediately just followed that direction up through walls.
Oh boy, that I'm not sure what statues are called, but they are quite annoying. There's a dead rock in here too. Thankfully it was very nice this time.
Oh wow, yeah. Hey,
Tempered
hey.
sword. So Mentos' return trip to Eastern Palace is actually going to be a lot quicker.
Yes.
In all likelihood.
Yeah, he'll be able to take out all those enemies, and I guess Argus will be a lot faster.
It'll be a lot faster than menuing, yeah.
Yeah. I think Mentos wanted to hover that gap there, but he's going to give it another shot. Alright, round 2. Nice, he gets it. We did get a Dark World map check there. Our pendants were at Mire, Pod, and I believe Swamp Palace had the green pendant.
Yeah, I think so.
Very nice. He makes the hover, he gets the hint, and just bomb jumps right back. No problem.
Alright, well that was the single arrow. That is good. It's not a good item to find, but it's good for Sabo, because they got that hint about the specialist, and one of the unique items in the game happens to be the single arrow.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, since they already have that. I mean, if they're keeping track of that, honestly, I would absolutely just immediately forget. But they'll know that that won't be the useless one. It'll be something of use. Probably.
Probably.
Alright, there's blue mail for Sabo. Gonna be going over here to dig, and then gonna have to save and quit. Needs to get to the back of Escape to find those Titan's myths. This routing would be a little more efficient if that would be the case. It's really easy to skip locations, or it's really easy to to look over early locations once you unlock more stuff. Like, oh, well, I have access to the Village of Outcasts area and the dungeon and some of Skull Woods. I can just check all that rather than just these 3 items right here.
Yeah, especially in open mode, the dungeon escape and the back half seem to get overlooked quite a bit. Granted, we did get a lot of that just because of the assured sword that we had. So that might just be out of Sabo's mind entirely.
See if Sabo remembers. I think you remember the Bonk Rocks.
Could be checking Bonk Rocks, then heading over that way. See if they go to the left or the right here.
Nope. No. Dang. That stinks. Well, no myths yet. We're going to have to take the long way around for the town portal, which really isn't the funnest thing to do. Oh, well.
Well, with boots, it's not too bad. Well, the fire bar kind of. Alright.
I still want to see the Myers Shed, though I think Mentos' routing makes a whole lot more sense than just going blindly to Myers Shed. But I don't know. It's just a me thing, I think. When I get the exact requirements to go into Meyer area, I will go there, even if I don't have like the mirror or something to even get into Meyer. What is this design?
This is a nice. It's like a dollar sign. It is a perfect dollar sign.
Nice.
I love it. Lots of money. How does this guy make money with this chess game?
Wow.
Just gave away 400 rupees. This is terrible business.
Mentos gonna have to do a little bit of work if he wants to death warp out of here. But with the blue mail, might be a little more difficult. Nah, he's just walking.
Yeah, all these enemies do so little damage to you, even in green mail. So, hi, mirror.
All right.
Gonna be able to activate that flute and then head in Thieves' Town, I assume.
I didn't realize there were 3 Gibdos in this room. Thanks, Silver Arrows. We're gonna get a lot of use out of these.
This is actually a really good dungeon for those, when you consider what's between here and the top.
Oh yeah, for sure. The old man's probably used to hunt enemies in the Tower of Harrow. I'm sure that's how it was.
Of course.
That's why he gave us his old silvers. We gotta get the lore down for each randomizer, and also having unique items in every location also has a unique lore to it as well as to how those items got there.
Of course. Speaking of that sword, it's just a sword. There's no real special meaning behind it. It's just there. Somebody left it there.
Alright, Thieves' Town can get pretty fun. There's like a healthy amount of enemies everywhere, especially when we get past this first giant quadrant of rooms here. The Hellway can be pretty funny because it's got a lot of enemies in it, and then I think each room past that has at least 3 or so in it.
I don't know what we walked into there.
The skull just kind of peeked out from the side of the bridge. Hey guys.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mentos getting to the side of Vitreous here, which you can't really do in his original room.
Yeah, you can't really do that. There's a lot of slime and such. I wonder why there's no slime here. I guess that's just a feature of the room rather than Vitreous himself.
Yeah, Vitreous must not produce the slime, is what I'm gonna guess.
He just really likes laying in it.
Yeah. Which is why he's so red here, is what I'm thinking.
Ah, yes.
Anti-fairies suck. Oh my gosh, get out of here. It turns an easy dashable room into a pain in the butt. That Molithorn
Did like
managed to
a
wedge He managed to wedge himself so perfectly there that he didn't have anywhere to go but turn around.
Alright. This room right here. What do we got?
Firebar ain't good. And the rock right in the middle didn't help either. Actually, that was pretty tame considering.
It was actually a little bit easier, I would say, than normal. Alright, Mentos gets his stippered sword. I love that placement.
Like the hint alarm. There's a hint right here. Don't forget it.
Don't forget about me. Check me. I'm really helpful. And it says there's some cash in Gan's tower too. Thanks.
Alright, Mentos is going to be able to check east side of Dark Death Mountain here. Sabo not able to do this quite yet. Might get some pretty good information out of this. I like that rock enemy right in front of the chest. Okay, sorry guy, you gotta deal with me first. Oh, he got hit by him too, so he really did his job.
He did his job. He protected that piece of heart pretty well, all things considered. And of course the guards just peeking their heads out of the floor somehow.
They're just trying to nap and fuse down here. This is, I mean, it's their town. This is where they live.
Yes, of
Where
course.
they sleep here.
Well, Mentos did find the shovel in the Super Bunny Cave, so...
That's pretty good. If he doesn't get anything else here, I could see him checking that fairly soon. Just because he'll want it to be, you know, worth his time there. We do see Quake for Turtle Rock, which is great. We already have that.
We do have that. If we had Mirror, we could actually check the hint tile in there as well, but that's about it.
I did like the synchronized pot hoarders. Whoa! Good find.
That's
Hey,
interesting.
Now I really want to go to Meyer. Got the Cane of Samaria in this place.
This place, the Hookshot Cave is what they call it, Nikon.
Oh, it is
It's-
indeed what they call
It's
it.
interesting because you could get the first chest in Turtle Rock if you really wanted to make the trip up here again. You could do it.
I'd be so tempted. Hey, Blind, what's up? I'd be so tempted to do it, but I don't think it's worth the time right now, especially not with the fire rod.
Probably not. Yes, Blind, of course, in Dave's Town. This is even endomized.
Funny enough, in Randomizer, you actually don't have to save the maiden. The boss is just always here, even if it is blind. So it's actually not uncommon to see people just come in here, get the first 4 chests, fight the boss, and then come back later if they feel like they need to. Sebo, kind of low here. Doesn't actually have an invincibility item, but does thankfully have 2 potions, so we'll be able to clean this up. I think he tried to bottle blind right there.
You think?
I heard the noise.
Alright, well that's Thieves' Tongue done and over with. That would be Sabo's 3rd crystal.
Mentos heading down to the Mire area. Without the mirror, not going to be able to check Desert at all. We do see Bombos for Mire, so we're not going to be able to get in there quite yet. But we do
Unless
get these
Bombos
2
is,
juicy chests.
It's right here.
I liked how both those anti-fairies were, or the little sparks, I guess, in this room, were randomized, so you could actually run up through the middle, but just out of muscle memory, he didn't.
Yeah, I just went to the left and dashed out.
Oh god, the lag.
Ugh.
Those little octo balloons are hilarious. They can actually like despawn keys in dungeons under pots if they explode. There's too many sprites the key won't spawn. So checking out a couple more mirror lock locations. Might loop from here down to Catfish and Pod. I'm not sure about that. With Pod being a pendant, maybe though.
Maybe.
Without the mitts. Oh yeah, he can mirror right here and just hop into escape. Or just hop to escape without mirroring because he was already in the light world. But nope.
Doesn't seem like that's on Sabo's mind quite yet. Maybe. Might be wanting to check this King's Doom first. Since he doesn't have the mitts, of course. This is
It's
the only way to
interesting.
get in here.
It's interesting he kept his Dark World portal, so he must have something else planned right here. That he wants his portal for. Mentos finds his mirror, gonna be clearing out the village on a couple more items before heading into Thieves Town itself. Yeah, he's going back towards the Skull Woods area. We'll see if he actually goes into Skull Woods.
Nope.
Nope,
Just,
nope, okay. I'm curious why he kept his Dark World portal. Maybe he intended to do something else and then remembered this.
Well, he had to check King's Doom first.
Right, but oh right, he doesn't have the mitts.
Yeah, can't actually get out there.
Never mind.
No, we have mitts. Ah, I see. He's going to run out and then go back in this portal. Or, no, he's going to check this. What am I talking about? I'm crazy.
That's fine. We both made mistakes. This thief right here. I'd give me the chickens instead.
Alright, well, Mentos, of course, does know about this chest here. So that's probably going to be a priority.
Yeah, it has a unique item in it. We could get... I don't know. We already have the single arrow. There could be a couple useless things, I guess, like ether or the cape, we know. But it's still pretty enticing considering how much we're missing.
Yeah, I don't think you would ever leave that behind knowing there's a unique item in there. And you've already found the single arrow, even if it's really not in your mind.
We'll be able to check the Grove Ledge, the south of Grove Ledge, and the shovel spot as well in the meantime.
Okay, Sabo, we're going to be checking out the mire area as well.
Ooh, might actually, hopefully you'll help on the desert. We haven't seen any of that yet. I'd be really tempted. Desert's really quick, even if it is dependent. It's only 2 items, of course, but it's still super fast to check at least everything in the front half. Even, yo, there's the ice rod, nice.
That is pretty nice. Sabo almost did it too. He almost walked to the left.
Yeah, I saw. He really wanted to, but he changed his mind at the last second.
Wait a second, I can just go through the middle.
Mentos taking his portal back to the Dark World and deciding, I don't need this. It's gonna go dig up. Yeah, because he already did this route earlier when he first got into the Dark World. So he's gonna dig up and then go unlock his purple chest, and we'll see what unique item it has in it. I won't say no to green potion.
We found one of each color, I believe, so far. Watch this be the book.
In desert,
No, right here in this chest.
Sabo ignoring the hint tile.
Oh, it's stuck. Alright then.
Oh well. Is Mentosman also going to desert? No, he's gonna go finish up Thieves Town. By finish, I mean go in the first time. We'll see if he wants to do the bottom part of Thieves Town or just go straight to the boss. Oh gosh. Evil mini Helmosaurs.
There's some angry blueberries right there.
Yeah. There's one desert item, and I think, was that the only one? I think they got a dungeon item in the middle chest there. Did he remember the hint? No, he's gonna grab the big chest.
Alright, there it is.
That figures. Alright, well, we're out of here. I'll go check out Agnes Cave, I guess. No?
This is a crystal.
It is a crystal. Hey, good call, Sabo.
You're gonna need this.
Right. I'm sure the floor tiles in these rooms have funny designs on them too, but I don't think anyone's ever going to see them. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky
these
and we'll get to see the one in Ganon's tower.
Oh, yeah, that'd be prime luck, I'm sure. But Sabo's got to be thinking about Dark Death Mountain now. Everything is, yeah, it looks like Mentos is actually heading right into the boss after checking out the first 4. I don't remember how many items were in the first 4 chests, but I still think it's worth it to skip out. There's a lot of extra stuff on the way between here and the rest of the chests.
There is a hint tile which can be useful, but considering Mentosman8 did have a little bit of a delay. Oh, hi again.
This again, huh?
This guy again.
Well, a lot better equipped than the one in Eastern Palace.
For sure.
So someone in chat is asking about our potential go mode here. We are going to need the fire rod. Yeah, you are right about that. As for the other items, yeah, that's pretty much it, right? As long as we don't need to go into mire.
Yeah, that's about it. Of course, it does depend on which bosses we have waiting at the end of the dungeons. But in the ideal scenario, those are the only things we need.
Yeah, we will need the fire rod to get into the back of Skullwoods regardless.
Yeah.
So that's enough for me. We could potentially finish Turtle Rock without it. It might be a little weird. It is definitely possible, though.
Hi, Bombos. That's... I was half right, alright?
You were pretty close, yeah.
I was just in the wrong world, and the wrong half of the map.
Sabo not interested in going into mire immediately. I don't blame him.
Dark Death Mountain on the table, I put that
Yeah.
off for quite a while.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, with that Bombos medallion in hand, though, he might be thinking about Ice Palace, even.
Yeah. That is something... Well...
Oh,
alright,
that's... Whoa!
That's a good one.
Mentos is gonna find it, too! He's just about to go find it. Wow, that'll be a really quick go mode, if that's exactly what happens. Of all the places for Fire Rod, the view is just right there the whole time, from the start of the game.
Just sitting right there, yep. And the other... The Bombos is just right there, too. Just works out pretty nicely.
Now, for Mentos here, I'm wondering if he's coming up here to the checkout checkerboard right now. Seeing Bombos, he's gonna have to go back in there.
Yeah. Can't leave that behind quite yet.
Is he going to go check out Agina's cave? Because typically you would check this right before Agina's cave.
I think he will. I don't think he's gonna dip into mire quite yet.
Right, but I'm just worried about exiting the desert. I hope he goes and checks Agina's cave. Yeah. I really do. Well, after this, Sabo's got to be I think I said this before, but he's got to be wanting to go up Dark Death Mountain, but he keeps finding stuff to send him other places. Poor guy.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. I do know the Cane of Samaria. An important item. Still something Saba needs. Some caches above the Poe as well.
Well...
Not an important hit.
Oh gosh. That mummy there kind of stinks. It's not even falling.
No, it's just standing there.
Must have been the mummy of someone who didn't know what gravity was. It was before Newton's time.
Like a Looney Tunes character?
Yeah, it was before gravity existed, so it just doesn't apply to him. This is a nice, easy key to grab here. It's a
Yeah.
lot easier than normal. That kind of stunk. It's blind again. And he's gonna go up and get protected by these spikes.
Wow.
It's gonna be really hard to hit him at the top of the screen here.
This is a
Unless you just
super
wanna-
annoying room for this guy.
You can damage boost through it though. That looked pretty nice.
Now, if he would go down, that would be ideal. There we go. This is gonna be a lot easier, though. Sabo still has to be careful.
Yeah, down to 1 heart left. I know he still has that blue potion. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta use it there. Even though it's very likely you can finish the fight without it, you do not want to take the chance, even if it's a waste.
Yep. Especially with all this cash, you can fill up on potions super easy, no problem.
Money can buy you a lot of things, Mikhail, but it cannot buy you time.
I don't know, if I'm gonna die to a boss, I can buy the time that, you know, isn't spent dying.
Well, I guess, if you're gonna put it that way.
What
Because
if
it works out when you put it that way.
What if you're playing one of those crazy modes that has the clocks you find, like the timed ones,
Uh-huh.
and you can just buy one of those?
Well, then in that case, you could buy time. Literally, I guess.
This is the NTB rule set, the no time buying.
No time buying.
Alright, Mentos really needs to check out Agnes Cave after this. He's gonna be thinking, man, there's no way it's down there, but I need to check this anyway. And
Yeah,
then
I
he's
don't
gonna get a
think-
crazy surprise.
Do not think you skip that. There's almost no reason to skip that compared to, like, what are you gonna do? Go to Mystery Mire instead? As you go to Eastern, but there's no item there. You already know that the Pyramid Fairy is nothing.
Well, Ice Palace would be on my mind for sure right now, but
Yeah.
I still don't think it would make me skip checking out Agnes Cave right at this moment.
Yeah, because you can save and quit in there. That's fine. It's really not big of a time investment to check that. And if he does check it, that means he can skip a whole bunch of checks in Skull Woods that Sabo has to do. Looking for the potential, like Samari, obviously you need that to complete Turtle Rock, and potentially the Ice Rod, as Mentos has both those.
He's gonna be so happy.
He is going to be very happy.
Like, of all of the places that my last item can be, it's just right here. This is great. It's worth dashing into the explosion, don't worry about it.
There it is. Alright, so now Mentos can just focus on clearing dungeons.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything else. We have everything to beat every boss that pops up. We've got the Ice Rod, we've got the something else that a boss is specifically required, or an item specifically required. Is that like it? That's it, isn't it?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Other than, you know, typical
we-
items like the
yeah.
hook shot that you need anyway.
We'll not have to check anything at all in here, can just go straight to the back. And it's pretty interesting because early on Mentos, his routing was not really working out for him, but now I would say he has a pretty sizable advantage over Sabo. Sabo does, of course, have a lot of these stages completed, and has plenty of time to catch up as well. So it could still be very even, but it's just interesting that Mentos is the first one to get into go mode, considering the circumstances earlier.
Someone in chat asking about knowing when you were in go mode. Well, typically for go mode, or, you know, the concept of go mode is you don't need to check any more chests. You can just finish the game knowing that you can do everything you need to, you know, get to Ganon and beat it.
You can just go.
You can just go. That's, yeah, hence the name. So it's heavily dependent on what dungeons are crystals. Depending on if you need to do all dungeons or if your goal is just the crystals, that will determine what items you need in order to beat the game. It's taken a bit further in the Randomizer here because you don't know what bosses you're going to run into. So if they say didn't have the Ice Rod and suddenly Trinex is the boss of Ice Palace, well, you're going to have to go find the Ice Rod before you can get this crystal, sorry. Thankfully, they already have it. Mentos has everything he needs to complete the dungeons and beat any potential bosses he might come into. So that's why he would be considered in go mode right now. He doesn't need to check any more chests. There's nothing else he needs in order to finish the seed.
Exactly. Very well explained, Mikan. Well, this is a little annoying.
This mini helmet sword. No, quit pushing me away.
Can actually. Oh, okay. This is a little annoying as well, but with gold swords, all right.
It's weird seeing these stars in like not transparent.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is a pretty kind room compared to normal.
Yeah, well, this will be the ice palace for Sabo, so he'll be the ice palace, the ice rod for Sabo. He'll be really happy about that. But how long can you put off Dark Death Mountain? You gotta get up there.
Yeah, that does have something very important.
He has the Eastern Palace. Look at these spikes! He has the Eastern Palace advantage, but I mean, that'll be fairly quick to get through. Ventus is already through Ice Palace. So it'll probably be a little closer than it seems if Sabo goes up there, like, right now. After turning in the chest here and getting his bug net, oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're right. He does have a few of these dungeons already completed, though. All Sabo, or rather, all Mentosman has to do in Skull Woods is go to the back and beat the boss. All he has to do in Eastern Palace is go to the back and beat the boss. Speaking of Eastern Palace bosses, that was them there, Nice Palace.
The Ice Most Knights. Oh yeah, I guess Sabo's going to Ice Palace. No, he's not. Oh, he got my telepathy. Go to Dark Death Mountain.
He's
nope,
getting
this
potions.
Is not it. Oh no, he's getting potions before going into Ice Palace. Oh no. Maybe he'll change his mind between now and then. He'll fly up to 1 instead.
Let's find out. Nope.
Dang. Well, that's gonna be really unfortunate. This is gonna be a full clear of Ice Palace, looking for the Red Cane. It's super unfortunate, but you know, there's a lot of wrong decisions in Randomizer. Or maybe not wrong decisions, just decisions that didn't work out. But this is going to be a long full clear. The time it takes to full clear this rather than go mode it is not inconsequential. So this will easily give Mentos time to clear out the Skull Woods and Eastern Palace that Sabo has under his belt right now. So I think Mentos will be slightly ahead once this all ends, because Skull Woods doesn't really take much time at all.
Yeah, well, think about this as well, because Sabo, this is their last dungeon besides Turtle Rock. And the Cane of Samaria, if I recall correctly, the Cane of Samaria is right next to that. So
yeah,
he can go up to Dark Death Mountain right after this and dip into Turtle Rock and complete that immediately. So it might still be pretty close.
Yeah, that is true. He's not going to have any sort of extra travel time or anything once he actually gets up there. So that'll be nice. He won't have to come back down to finish Ice Palace and then go all the way back up. So he'll be able to save a little bit of time right there. That is true. It's Chain Chomp. We saw this earlier. Sabo just went right through this room, no problem.
Chain Chomps are just one of those enemies. They can be very cooperative, they can be very uncooperative. They're very, very deadly.
Well, if we did have to go into Swamp Palace, that would be a nice hint.
Would be, if we had to. That's the thing we want to avoid. And seeing that, it does definitely sort of hint that Sabo will almost certainly prioritize Dark Death Mountain over that, because we know that Swamp Palace is not very valuable compared in like terms of chest quantity.
I really hope Sabo doesn't go to Swamp Palace before Dark Death Mountain. You could say, oh, Swamp Palace is 6 items, and you've already just subtracted 4 or 2 from that hint alone. And even so, East Death Mountain is also 6 items.
Yeah. I guess it's the green pendant too. You got to take that in consideration.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Let's hope not. I'd still put it off. I'd go definitely.
Yeah, it's 4 slow items, then, or I guess 5 with the green pendant. With 5 slow items against 6 quicker ones. Really wants to kill this guy, I think. No, he's changing his mind. He's gonna go take the fall and grab the hint first, and head over to the east side of Ice Palace.
Meanwhile, Mentosman looks like they'd be fluting 3. They'd be heading into that Skull Woods. The club is in the sewers, you don't say. Did you know that, Mikan?
I had a hunch.
Wow. What's going on here?
These fire guys! Oh gosh.
This is the Ice Palace. You guys don't belong here.
It's okay, they're floating. They're not touching the icy walls or floor. There's a bird here. Mentos on the way to Mothula. Or
Not
I
Mothula.
guess not actually Mothula. Mothula kind of got chased out by the thieves I see. Yeah, in fact there's one right there. And another one. So this really is the extension of Thieves Town.
Yeah.
These fire bars are so unfortunate. Oh, wait. Can you keep pulling that even after you get hit?
I think so. I think you can do that for those kinds of levers, but I'm not sure. I guess we just saw that you can. Well, at any rate, of course, Ice Palace is going to be empty since we found pretty much everything else that's useful in the game. But I would just have to check that, meaning that Canterstone area unavoidably to get to anywhere pretty much in Turtle Rock. But it's not here.
It ain't here.
It ain't here.
So Mentos dashed into an anti-fairy earlier that was in a thin spot, but there wasn't much room for it to bounce around in. And I really hope that happens again in Turtle Rock. It's one of my favorite things to see. The thin bridge that you run across as you're going towards Trinex, like a couple rooms before Trinex, right before Laser Bridge. There's that one tile thick bridge that you just run down, and you knock a mini Helmasaur off the bridge. If that's an anti-fairy, that room's hilarious.
No, definitely. I like how even with the Canterburna, if you touch these spikes, you get knocked back.
Yeah, that's right.
Makes this fight, which should be very simple with the Canterburna, a little bit more tricky. It's because you can't always control your movement. Alright, well that's Skull Woods down.
Sabo having to take the long trip all the way up to the iced tea room. Hey, there was one more shadow in here than normal. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Why do you do this game? Why do you do this? Okay, there we go. All that for 10 arrows.
There's another bird in Ice Palace. This one didn't
Yeah.
fare as well as the other guy.
It doesn't have feathers, it's gotta be freezing.
That's actually what all chickens look like underneath. That's why you
Really.
have to keep them warm. Alright, Mentos is heading up to Turtle Rock here. Turtle Rock, I would assume... I haven't actually seen too much Randomizer, but I would assume there's not much more difficult you can make Turtle Rock, right? You might get like a roller in the dark room that you move around in the platform maze.
Yeah,
That would really stink to have a roller in that room, but other than that, enemies here typically hit really hard, so there's a lot of enemies that don't hit that hard.
they do. We'll see what the platform rooms look like, because those can be a little annoying. But Sabo cleaning up these icy Armosnites, I should say. This is like the period when they're training to fight in Ganon's Tower.
Oh yeah, this is the intense environmental training they go through,
Yeah.
where they become iced Armos.
It's not easy to fight Ice Armos as Link. Can you imagine how hard it is when all you can do is like hop?
Oh yeah, they had to come train how to hop without slip sliding around everywhere, so I think it makes a lot of sense.
Alright, here we go. The final dungeon. Crystal dungeon, anyway. Did you see that beetle? Just immediately falls.
Poor guy. Are there like... there's got to be enemies that aren't programmed to fall, right? Like, there's a lot of beetles typically in rooms in the base game where they fall, so they like kind of had to put in a falling beetle. But I think there's just some enemies that don't fall.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes!
Wow.
Whoa! That stings a
Well,
lot.
yeah, that's why I was a little bit hesitant to agree with you as far as the difficulty in Turtle Rock, because look, this is really annoying. He got lucky there because he didn't get knocked off again, but yeah, that's a really bad spot for the chain drops.
Man, Sabo, look at this, is going to be finding the cane very shortly, and will be not too far behind Mentos, all things considered here. I think Mentos had a little... Sabo had really lucky routing right at the start. Mentos had a really lucky routing mid-game, but he did take all those timely deaths. And actually some pretty unfortunate routing at the start of the game. So everything's just kind of equalized with Mentos in a slight lead here.
Mentos does have a very slight lead, I would say.
What do you know the potion situation for Mentos? I think Sabo bought some, didn't he? So he should actually be pretty good.
I'm not sure. I believe he just used one, but I'm not sure I'm okay. This is a nice room.
Oh, I'm a big fan of this room.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, and that's the big key. So, can just steal a small key from whatever's got it today.
Oh, Lionel there, right there. Fortunately takes the bump damage. Those guys are really fun to fight in Breath of the Wild. The spark. You think it's gonna knock you off, but I think you're just fine.
There's the cane of Smite right there, right away. I was like, alright, I'm done here. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, see ya. No reason to hang around. So it's kind of low on health right there. I do like the Neon Bunny. That's pretty good.
So Mentos is about halfway through Turtle Rock, I would say. Maybe a bit more. As Sabo's entering it, so...
Yeah, we'll see if he has as much luck with these chain chomps. Well, I don't see a potion on Mentos' screen there, so though he did just use one, so it's likely the reason it's not selected.
I believe there was a blue, a red, and a green total.
Ah.
Aha!
Sabo.
Aha!
Sabo not
The Cane Master.
not taking any chances there.
That's alright. You do you, Chain Chomp. I'm gonna do me. Oh boy,
That
the
was
Wall
close.
Master.
That
Yeah,
was
that-
really close.
That's one thing that is a little annoying in Randomizer sometimes, is sometimes these Wall Masters spawn in really annoying rooms. I think the meanest one I saw was the room right before Cold Stare. There was a Wall Master, one of the seeds.
Oh no. While they were like pulling the rocks and stuff, they got grabbed. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Mentos taking the emergency 2 hearts over here. Not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Oh geez, Sabo taking another hit from the chomps. It's fine. Yeah, I would love to see, like, I would love to hear Mentos's reaction, like, when you hear the falling noise of the hand coming down, what do? Oh crap! You gotta like steer out of the way really quick.
You do gotta be quick. I mean, when you know they're in the room, it's not that bad because you're expecting them to just sort of keeping that in your mind. But when you don't know they're here, they can very easily grab you and just pull you out, especially if you're in a room with there's not much room to move.
Alright, if Mentos messes this up, he might die here if he gets shot off the edge. That would be 4 hearts, but luckily it gets that skip there.
So, Heading back here to the actual boss area. Let's see, what do we have? We've had Armos Knights, we've had 2 Argus, we've had Vitreous, and 2 Blinds.
Sounds right to me.
What's your guess? What's this boss?
I want to see Moldorm.
Swicking. Hey,
Oh my gosh.
I did it.
It's almost like a turtle.
Almost.
If the shell was, you know, just on the face.
Kind of like a reverse turtle. Like, turtles don't have shells on their head, right? But
That's true. He's the faceosaur.
Alright, well, that was the blue potion used for Mentos, and that is Helmasaur King down. That's the last crystal before we head into Ganon's tower. There's Ether.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Alright, so Mentos is, I believe, out of safety potions, and I believe Sabo has some, so depending on our enemy rudeness going up the tower, we might see a little bit of safer strats from one rather than the other.
Do you feel like playing
snap.
the game? Go ahead and start it, Econ.
Alright, I'll do the thing. Sorry, I'm always a little slow on this, guys. Please bear with me.
I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. Get your guesses in chat. What's your guess, Mikan?
I don't care.
You don't care.
I want to see it on the chest above Ice Armos because the reason people guess that chest, the reason for it is not going to be there.
Okay. I want to see the tile room chest so we can see what the pattern there is. Alright, here we go.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. What is that?
What is that?
Oh
What
no, watch
is
out!
that?
Watch out, it's gonna get you!
That
It's
is the
acting like-
weirdest plant I've ever seen.
I think it's acting like an Igor.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with the big key game. That's fine though. Don't worry about it. It's been pretty nice so far, the enemies in GT, but we're just getting started here.
We are just getting started.
I want to... Oh, well, you know what? I guess I should have said behind Ice Armos because I wanted to see what boss is actually there. And down goes Trisaur. No, Helmanex. I guess that sounds better. Ooh,
There's Wallmaster. Can you imagine if there's Wallmaster in the conveyor room? All the way up top.
Oh, that would be awful.
That would be awful.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I
Sure
want to see
hope
it.
it doesn't happen. Alright, well Sabo is getting ready to head in GT himself.
If you go straight left here, that may actually be a decent enough time save.
That would be
though.
ideal.
Hmm.
Unless
Spike, what the
going
heck?
full right is the correct decision this time.
Oh my gosh, fire,
Wow. Man, that's a lot of fire.
dude! They made a nice path, though, I guess.
What's in here? Shadows.
All shadows. Here's another view of our creepy monster here on Savo's side.
Okay, Sabo is not going right. They
Oh, wow.
jumped first two and headed to the left.
Ganon's Castlevania. There you go. Watch out! There's a guy!
This is just warning you that there's going to be wall masters from here on out, isn't it? This is just the game's way of telling you.
I don't exactly know how it determines. I don't think wall masters are like enemies that are in individual rooms. I think they're in specific sectors. So I'm curious. I know Ganon's tower is pretty cheesy, like Swiss cheesy on the lower parts. A lot of rooms kind of connect in weird ways on different floors or so. There's an octo balloon exploded over here. So, oh well, the crazy anti-fairy sprite is still here. I got had, dude. But at least we're seeing what Ice Armos is.
It's Triax!
Oh man.
Well, that ice head's going to be pretty useless, I would say.
That is the fire head on the left side. There you go. Triax on ice.
You cannot make this floor any icy, I'm sorry.
So funny enough, Trinex actually, I don't think in Randomizer his ice head actually functions. Like it won't ever freeze the floor.
Oh man.
I was about to say he was super low on health and he might not have realized it either. Taking 3 hearts.
Well, that is... That... Huh.
He's gambling on tile room.
Well, that might be a blessing in disguise. We will see. One way or the other, we get both of our guesses on screen, so works out nicely.
I think that's a red Igor.
That is a red Igor. Yeah, you'll see.
Slashing it sure didn't
See
do
that?
anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna game on the tile room here.
Well, if it's not here, I guess you just go all the way to the right and just go back to Ice Trinex.
Oh man, this got a lot closer.
It's got crazy close all of a sudden.
Well, we'll see how Sabo fares on ice next. I believe we were right that he does have a little bit more safeties than Mentos does.
Yeah, Mentos
I
does have
wonder,
the bug net, at least.
I wonder if at this amount... Oh, it's just the powder. Dang. All right, so Sabo takes, I guess, the lead.
Yeah,
he's
we'll see
definitely
if,
ahead because it's behind the boss here.
We will see if Sabo meets Unfortunate with Trinex. I doubt it because they have those potions ATs as you mentioned. This is a very interesting boss to do.
Swinging your sword changes your trajectory like crazy too, so I could see how it could be difficult to actually hit him safely. Down to half heart. Whoa.
It's very fortunate we have Gold Sword as well, because that's going to make the second phase a lot simpler. And on the ice, it's not really something you can do very well if you don't get the quick kill, I would say.
Right. I'm gonna assume we took him out here. Oh, as I was saying earlier, the
2 hearts.
I think only had 2 hearts left. That's crazy. I think whenever the ice head reads his ice, and
Hi Shell.
it like just leaves immovable ice blocks on the floor or something, right? And it's so it actually is like disabled or something. That's not a really good explanation of it. I hope it's at least close to true. So there's our big key. It was in the last spot.
Yep, but since we're counting from Mentosman, well, let's see what order.
All right, and Sabo's headed upstairs. No mimics in this room. We're not gonna... I believe the enemies that take specific items to kill, like the turtles and the red Igors and mimics, actually cannot be in kill rooms, is how I think it works. That's how I've always understood it.
I am not as familiar with the Randomizer way it sets things up, so I will not even guess.
Mentos has no magic. Does he still have that green potion?
Oh goodness!
He does.
Thank goodness.
This room looks like a pain in the butt, dude. Look at this.
Whoa, boy! There's chain shove up here too.
Just keep burning on the whole time.
This wouldn't be any better with no lag, I guarantee it.
Oh my gosh.
Cane and Bruno, we laugh at it, but it was actually extremely useful, this seed, in a few instances for Sabo.
Yeah, it was. Kranak's getting away from Mentos there.
Yeah, this is not a fun fight.
Oh, nice full magic drop there. Even the small bit of magic you've lost right now is worth filling up.
It's the very last chest that Mentosman can possibly check.
Yeah, he's thinking, man, that figures.
That figures. Alright, well, you guessed literally the last chest. Congratulations.
Someone always does.
Someone always does.
I think our big key game broke, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of you guessed the last chest. Someone always does.
I actually
never
did.
Fails.
You
actually did.
just wasn't checked last.
And
Right,
Sabo
well,
finds the Arabian Nights.
The Arabian Nights. We're done with ice. We're moving on to sand now.
You should watch the speedrun of Arabian Nights, by the way. It's a great video game. Oh no, you can't use your... Oh wait, or can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
No! You're so used to doing these rooms and it'll fall asleep the normal way. Yo, nice clutch fairy drop there.
very nice, very. I'm not gonna be surprised when Mentosman takes the safety room down here, and that bug knight actually becomes useful because he gets a fairy and it saves him later. You have to do this.
Oh yeah, Mentos taking the emergency door. Sabo showing a little bit of game knowledge, or maybe it was just luck in that case, that if you face away from a little mini Helmosaur and spin attack, it actually will kill him. Because it only checks, I think it checks for the way your sword is facing originally. So if it's facing away from you, obviously you're hitting behind the Helmosaur, right?
Of course, there's no other possible way, right? I love the Santi Fairy.
These rooms were pretty nice, yeah. Doesn't need the extra key, nothing really worthwhile in chests. Found the red mail, so I don't need that.
And yep.
Oh, okay, sure. We can get
Well, might as well. Oh boy, this is my favorite.
Okay, this is actually difficult.
This is actually my favorite boss to find here.
Oh my gosh, it's so close to falling.
Now, something you can actually do is taking the fall there. It's unfortunate. Give it to Mentosman a bit more time to catch up. But one thing you can do is this is a really good spot to use bombs to actually break the mask because it's a lot safer and you have plenty of room.
Yeah, the whole right side here is pretty free. I think it's only 5 bombs to take out the mask.
Oh no,
so
another fall.
No.
And we did see Mentosman did know how to hover earlier. Mentosman might opt just to ignore Helmosaur King entirely and try their luck on a hover.
Pretty nice time save in this situation. Sabo either doesn't know.
Okay,
Oh,
just
sure, he
occurred
knows
to
he can
them.
bomb. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you didn't know this, you can actually bomb the mask off of Helmosaur King, and it's just not useful to do in the normal randomizer. But an randomizer can actually be very, very helpful for this case specifically.
It can even be required. Oh my gosh,
Oh my
right there in the
gosh.
top left. The wagon tail wagged a little bit too far. Helmosaur can actually be required to do bomb. He can drop the hammer. I'm pretty sure he can drop the hammer. Based on where he spawns. If he just spawns, not in pod or so. Oh.
Yeah, this is the ideal spot for this.
Yeah,
so
I
I
would
see some
think-
luck over here.
Yeah, I would think so. Getting whipped there is fine as long as you don't fall. I wouldn't conserve your bombs. I would just go. There's nothing else you need bombs for past this point.
One more. There we go.
Ooh, good.
But Mentosman is right on Sabo's heels now. Let's see. What's the strategy here? I feel like he will try at least once if he can get past him.
Oh, he's pulling his hammer out. Maybe.
Just
Not
going
interested
for
in
it.
it.
Well, he has not fallen yet, so...
Oh, it's getting a really nice,
Ooh,
very nice.
very nice fight. This is a really close race now. It's crazy.
Alright, seems like Sabo's gonna have a small of an advantage here going to the Ganon fight. We'll see how Aghanim goes. We know that this can kind of run away from you if it gets a little weird, and already only gets one hit there. I think Aghanim's first shot may have despawned or so. He didn't actually leave him.
Oh, that skull is such a bad spot.
Oh wow.
Alright. Ah, no.
Did his shot despawn again? Is that just like an Randomizer thing that it's gonna happen more oftenly?
Alright, well that's Aghanim 2 down for sab0tender. Mentosman getting some nice hits in, though.
I believe that was a triple. Sure looked like it.
Ah, no. Oh, these blue balls.
He doesn't know how close he is. Oh, jeez. Come on, come on.
There we go.
There you go. Sabo is going down after whatever creature that was that crashed into the pyramid.
Gold sword is going to make this fight a lot easier, as are the silvers, of course, but...
Yeah, if there was a sword difference here, this might actually slightly come into play. But nope.
Wow.
We're on evil footing here. Sabo getting his 6 hits in per phase, pushes on to the 3rd. Both players the same equipment. Mentos has a healthy amount of life, so I don't think the bottle situation will come into play here. Sabo gets his 4th hit in, and here comes phase 4. The doubles might actually be pretty important if we can manage to land them. Let's not get... Ooh, does not get the torch glitch.
Trying to. Oh, that's 2 for Sabo.
Okay, this should be a double, right? Oh, nope, not if you don't shoot the right way, it isn't.
That was unfortunate. Okay. Ah. Oh. There we go. That is...
Wow.
Whew.
Got a little sketchy at the end there, but I'm glad he played it safe, didn't get too hasty. So definitely cleared it in time there.
Oh, Mentos meant to get a double here.
Oh man. Sabo finishes with Mentos also holding up his sword in victory. Wow, that was super close.
I am not in the race room, so I don't know what the official times are. But
That was, yeah, that was like barely 10 seconds between the runners.
when you look at how this race is unfolded, it was a lot of back and forth. It was actually pretty crazy how swingy it was at key points. And just right there at the end, that unfortunate death to Ice Trinex. Hyrule Castle looking like heck on earth, but
Yeah, you get to see the wonder that is the credits and Randomizer as we kind of dial back from that intense finish there. Yeah, as you were saying, the back and forth, we didn't really know who was like in the lead until we had the crystals, and even then we saw a switch because of the crazy Trinex ice fight. Well, I'm glad the crabs now own the desert.
there's no water here. This isn't sand on the beach.
Look, it even has flying octopus.
Those are UFOs from Con. Oh, wow. That was actually a really good race. I'm just taking that in right now.
Yeah.
Apparently our uncle recovered. I don't know if that's really
I'm glad he's your uncle and not like your father. You didn't come from that side of the family.
Well, I guess we'll see if we can get these 2 in here for you.
Yo, and we are joined by sab0tender indeed. Hello, congratulations on your so close first place.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
You don't
Oh.
know the half of it.
I've been kind of watching a bit of the restream here.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I guess
that's just nuts.
Oh man. So how are you feeling?
Surprised, I guess. You know, I figured that, you know, the way that this seed played out, that Mentos had made most of the same moves. Like the seed was giving us everything to, you know, just keep knocking off dungeon after dungeon. So, I figured that he was, you know, right there, right beside me there. Sure enough, he was. And oh my God, I couldn't believe it. When his dot done came in like 11, 12 seconds after mine, like that's crazy.
Yeah, we were not sure how it was going to end. As you were both entering GT, you both went left-right side differently. Mentos had trouble with, I'm sure you might have had trouble with the Ice Trinex.
Oh
And
yeah, it's nuts. I mean, like the Ice Trinex, the only thing that saved me was the fact that I had a couple of potions there, and I saw that Mentos unfortunately did not. So, you know, those safeties, those keep me in these races.
yeah, and it definitely worked out for you. You had the unfortunate full clear of Ice Palace because you just wanted to put off Dark Death Mountain, I guess, but I mean, not that it really mattered in the end, right? It might have convinced you to go get the potions, which probably ended up saving you.
Yeah, I definitely saved my bacon there for sure.
Yeah, because that Ice Trinex fight you had came down to the wire right there at the end. 2 hearts left.
Yeah, it was really close. Even after popping that blue potion, yeah, I still was like right on the edge.
We are joined by Mentosman. Man, that was super close.
Yeah, GG, Sabo. GG.
GG, man. Oh man, like we gave them a show, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we were real close. We were real close that time we were aiming for.
You were both doing different things the whole time. I don't know how much you guys have been talking at all, but Mentos, your your idea to keep at Eastern Palace at the start there didn't hold off so well. Sabo got all the goodies there, and then after that, you were kind of in command, having done Death Mountain to get the Samaria, and you found the Ice Rise, so you weren't looking for that either.
That's really interesting because I think the first time that I went up Death Mountain, I didn't grab the Titan's Mist, which we picked up in Back of Escape. So that's probably why I missed Samaria the first time going up that way. And I'm sure, Mentos, did you just like Light World and Dark World for Death Mountain?
Yeah, I lumped it all together. I dropped into Back of Escape before climbing up Death Mountain, and went, oh, hey, these are nice.
Nice.
I tried sequence breaking a few times early. Dark Room and Eastern, Dark Room and Escape, the fake flippers. Those all did not end well.
Yeah, the Randomizer did not really support you doing that. They didn't like the sequence breaks, but
I saw the enemies in Eastern. I thought, well, I hear some spikes, so it's just a few spikes and then a couple enemies. Well, the big spike turned out to be a thing and didn't help.
After we finally got lamp vision in there, we did see like what 3 of the horizontal spikes and the big spike ball. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a mess for sure.
Yeah, how about that fire bar room in GT?
Yeah. I was a big fan of the spike room as well, right after you use the big key. With the switch and all the spikes that come out, and they were all like rollers and chomps and things to kill you. The laggiest room ever with Berna.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And I remember in me and Sabo's first race, we had an Ice Palace room that was just chock full of BMOs. And this time, it was fire bars.
yeah, the Cane and Burn actually paid off quite a lot for you, Sabo. Helped you get past the chain shops in Turtle Rock, and then, of course, that nightmare room in GT.
Yeah, definitely. I put it to use today for sure.
Never been luckier to have Berna. I don't think either of you found the cape either, so that was pretty much it.
Yeah, really, no doubt.
All right. So how are you guys looking on standings for your group? I don't have it pulled up myself.
Our group is just nuts. It's pretty. It's this. It feels like it's kind of up in the air at this point. I'm somehow now at 5-4. I don't know how that happened at all. But yeah, it's anyone's game for Group F right now.
Whoa there, not anyone's game. I have long since been out of contention in this. I started out super unlucky when losing a lot of close races to the very great people in this group. So I'm sitting at like 2-8 now, so I'm long since done. I'm just playing for fun at this point.
I think you gave us a great race today. Go ahead, Sab. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I can't believe that the group stage has been this unkind to Mentos. He's such a good runner. That 2-8 just does not make sense in my brain.
Oh, wow, and that puts you up to 5-4, Sabo. That's pretty even considering you've got a couple fours, a couple sixes, and you with the 5. That's pretty even with all 6.
I gotta try to play spoiler a bit on Jet and Megawatt in my last 3 races against the 2 of them, and try to give these guys an even closer group.
Please do, yes.
Yeah, I definitely think you could give them some trouble for sure.
All right, well, we've just about reached the end of the credits here. Is there anything else that we want to get off our shoulders here of this after this really close race?
GG's again to Mentos. Like, what a great race. I'm so glad that our final race came down to the wire there. And I want to give you guys a shout out, Amalian Mikan, for taking care of commentary today. And Sigma on Tracker there. Thank you so much, my man.
Yeah, thank you guys as well. If you guys liked the race, and if you watched it and you didn't like it, I don't know. I feel for you because I don't feel that way at all. But definitely give both these guys a runner. Yeah, let's settle up. Definitely give these runners a follow. They put on a really good race, and yes, of course, our Sigma, our Tracker, keeping all the items up to date, and of course, Mikan, co-commentator, friend, patriot. Thank you as well.
I had fun. Randomizer is a blast to watch. It's so silly. There's so many just funny moments, and even playing it too. It's hard to get like mad at dying or anything like that, just because of how absurd it is. If you are interested in more of our tournament going on here, we do have a match in 1 hour from now. I think just about a little over an hour. We have Trenter TR versus Kyung on Speed Gaming 2, it looks like. And an hour after that starts, we have Data World versus Willard J. Bradley on Speed Gaming 4. So stay tuned. Those are the our nearest or our matches that are being restreamed closest to now. So if you're interested, go take a break for an hour or so, then come back and watch those. It should be a good time. I think that's just about it for things to plug. Thank you for Speed Gaming for hosting the tournament for us here on their network of channels, Speed Gaming, and then 2 through 6. And then shoutouts to the ALTTP Randomizer channel for hosting some of the matches that we don't have quite the space for on Speed Gaming. They've been a big help.
Yeah, definitely follow those if you want to watch the races for the rest of the tournament, and you do, don't you?
Yeah, I guess that's all. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.
Have a good one.